One of the most common questions I get in my Facebook group and YouTube and from my clients is how long does it take to get results from Google Ads? Unfortunately, this isn't an easy question to answer because there's so many moving parts and variables to each person's business, and Google Ads are quite complicated in how they work. That being said, I do understand why people want to know this, because when people invest money into something, they want to know what return are they going to get on their investment, and when and how long is it going to take to get it. My experience with Google Ads has shown me that unfortunately nothing is a sure bet, and I've only been able to probably get results for 80% of clients that I deal with. And what I mean by get results is I've managed to get them a positive ROI, return on investment, on their Google Ads spend. The easy answer is it's never guaranteed that you're going to get an ROI, but in most cases, if you go through the optimization tactics and strategies I show you on this channel, you've got a much better chance at succeeding. So the answer is it depends. Not all businesses are able to get a positive ROI with Google Ads. Some industries are just too competitive, and some products just aren't good enough. People don't want them, and so you need to spend a lot of money to try and convince people to buy it, and they just don't. Sometimes people are too early to a trend, or sometimes they're too late. So the short answer is there's absolutely no guarantee that you're going to produce a positive ROI. That said, I understand that people do want to know that when they invest money into something, they're going to get a positive return on investment. Me personally, I've been able to get results about 80% of the time. So there's still 20% of the time where I'm not able to derive a positive return on investment. And in those instances, sometimes you just need to cut your losses and move on. In the times where there is a positive ROI, it has taken a bit of time to actually get things up and running and moving. And I find that the 3-month mark of running Google Ads is when you probably will know whether or not the product is going to be profitable, or at the very least, whether or not you've got a shot with Google. 3 months is still a little bit early for a lot of businesses, but the 3-month mark is where things normally will start to show promise. The longer you leave it, the better. The businesses I've had the best results for have been running Google Ads for 12 months, 2 years, 5 years, and even longer. So the longer the better, the more data you give the algorithm, the more results you have to then make better decisions. The other factor you need to consider is, are you advertising on other avenues? So Google will actually amplify your results on Facebook. So for example, if you do a lot of Facebook traffic, you'll normally see your Google Ads results pick up. If you back that off and do less on Facebook, your Google Ads results will drop back. Because you've got to think about it, people see your Facebook ad, they'll start to Google your brand, they'll start to Google your product, and then they will either buy or not buy. So generally speaking, Google Ads do take a little bit longer to, one, get impressions, so actually being seen. So some people complain that they've been running their ads for a couple of days, they're not getting clicks, they're not getting shown. So obviously not something that people want to see. They're used to Facebook ads where people, chuck $10 in there, the $10 disappears really quickly. Google takes a little bit longer to get up and running, and it takes a little bit longer to start seeing results. I also find that you don't want to be making too many tweaks or adjustments to your Google campaigns like people do on Facebook. Less is more with Google, and the less changes you make, the better they'll actually do. Now, while it is a slow and steady platform, the traffic is generally better quality. It's closer to the bottom of the funnel, so it's people ready to buy. And I find that sales are normally far more consistent from Google Ads. Suspensions don't happen of accounts as often as Facebook, while that has picked up a bit lately. It's still nowhere near as much as people getting their Facebook ad accounts banned. And you're gonna have that regular stream of income coming from those ads. So how Google works is we're casting a really broad net. So we might be bidding on something as broad as shoes, and then we are narrowing it down, trying to find which keywords are people that are wanting to buy, and which ones we end up getting conversions from. So they're the ones we then hone in on. We add the other ones as negative keywords. We make some other changes as well to our landing page and our feed. And over time, we're able to get better and better results. If you do find that your ads are taking a bit longer to deliver, try switching to maximize clicks temporarily and putting a bid limit in there. And from there, you should see your ads start to deliver much quicker. And then once you get some conversion data, you can move on to other optimizations. For your first sale, I find that can normally come from anywhere from the first day to the first week, probably closer to the first week for most people, especially if they have a small budget. Sales from there can be a little bit more sporadic, but as long as you stick to it, and as I said, you keep going for those several months, 3 months, you do over time improve and get more and more sales over time, and you're able to remove the cost of the things that aren't working. So I've got a lot of content on this channel that shows you exactly the testing process you need to use to start getting results like that, and also how to optimize your campaigns. So to answer your question, it depends. But the longer you stick to this, the better your chance at getting good results with Google Ads.